Hello, everybody. So, I got a bad news recently from one of my very trusted family friends. So, he went to San Francisco recently, and the story which I heard was really frustrating. According to what he said, uh, the place is devastated by homeless people, and it's full of people who are not doing well, according to what he told me. He said he got into a Greyhound, and it was filled with people who were very stinky, and who are not dressed properly, and probably homeless people, and it gave him a terrible experience. So this is not something which I wanted to hear about United States, and especially San Francisco. The San Francisco Southern Bay Area has been the home for Silicon Valley. So according to one of Donald Trump's top allies, he describes the city as one beautiful and thriving, but now a derelict zombie apocalypse. That's how he describes San Francisco right now. So we'll dive a little deep into this and see what might be going on. So, according to 2024 statistic, the number of people in the homeless shelters in San Francisco has been increasing since 2021. According to 2021 statistics, it was 6,859, and in 2024, it has increased. It has risen to 9,913, which is not a very good sign. So, and also the epidemic is badly prevalent in San Francisco right now. Uh, Elon Musk shifted his headquarters from San Francisco to Austin, saying that he's fed up dodging gangs of violent drug addicts to get in and out of the building. That's what he said. So we had to look into this. Now, was once a very beautiful city, a very thriving city, as mentioned earlier. There used to be lots of good businessmen in the area. The crowd used to be youth who used to do really well. They were getting paid well, and they had places to stay. They were capable of affording themselves, and it wasn't a bad place after all in the past. But now the story has changed a lot. So now the unemployment in the United States is 4.6%, which has slightly increased since the last year, which was somewhere around 4.2%. So 4.6 is applies to San Francisco as well. So we can say unemployment might have affected the number of homeless people in the streets to a certain degree. But it's not just the homeless, the drug epidemic is also badly affecting the area. So now the United States has been carrying out some very strong campaigns to prevent the drug crisis, to take actions to mitigate the situation, which is good. So we hope those things will be successful in the future, and we hope, fingers crossed, that things will work out well, and we will be able to rescue so many people. So, uh, so that's the situation in San Francisco. So now AIs are also kind of scary right now. What I'm concerned here is that even though the unemployment is 4.6, the streets doesn't give us a different picture. It feels like there's a lot more going on there. So we don't know how accurate the data is. I'm pretty sure that 99% data is accurate to the best of my knowledge, what the Fed provides the people. But there's a possibility that maybe there are things that we are not seeing here. Maybe there are like problems with the problems with the statistics that we are receiving. Maybe there is shenanigans going on. I'm not saying it is, but there is a possibility. So the recent cases involving the government and various tech companies are evident to us that sometimes things are not going on really smoothly, and we can't always trust these people who are telling us things. For an example, the money laundering which has been going on the federal, the government, which the GOP, the Trump administration tried to take action against, and then again Cambridge Analytica using people's private information for unethical gains, and now we have heard about Amazon using people in India as AIs. So there's so many stories like that which are going on. So we are not exactly living in a bed full of roses. So we had to be a little careful about what's going on, and we need to pay attention to every little detail, especially during this time, which we describe as the AGI transition period. The room for things to go wrong is extremely high here. So we need to pay attention to everything, every move, and every detail. Uh, Now, there's a quote by Isaac Asimov. He says that the saddest thing about life these days is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. That has a very deep meaning to it. We are in the age of AI, as mentioned earlier. So I have this feeling that the AI development is going at a pace that we cannot catch up with. We had to make sure that we are capable of developing the economic and the legal infrastructure at the same pace as the AI revolution. It is only then we can say that we can create a just and efficient and an equitable society. If we lag behind, that means the room for things to go wrong is very high. As mentioned earlier, there's lots of corruption in the world, so there's a possibility then that bad people can use the new technologies for unethical ways. So we need to have certain guardrails and systems integrated into our communities to prevent the exploitation of these technologies which are being innovated every day. So we need to look into this. So that's the situation in the United States. This is something which I heard. Maybe he's giving. I haven't been to San Francisco still. I'm in a bit of a situation here in Sri Lanka. Uh, I'm in a big political mess. So I have little unfinished business here in Sri Lanka. But I hope by the time I get to United States that things will be a lot more beautiful than what my friend described me yesterday. So I hope San Francisco, by the time I get there, will be a city which is which is very lively, with jubilant crowds, and with thriving and booming uh, businesses and enterprises. So, and with sober people, especially. Now, even talking about Sri Lanka, now, since the pandemic, the demography in Colombo, where I live, it's the capital city, has changed a lot. Like Colombo used to be the home for people who are coming from affluent backgrounds, who are from the best universities in the world and the best schools which are in central Colombo. But after 2019, most of these people went missing. So we need to look into this and see what has really happened to these people. Because when you're building a cosmopolitan city, a thriving city, a developed city, for us, every person in that city is important. Every life matters, whether it's black, white, young, aged, old. It doesn't matter. Every life matters when somebody enters a city. So we need to make sure that those people are safe and doing well. So we had to see why we don't see those affluent society anymore in the capital city. We had to see whether they are unemployed, whether they have left the country, whether they have got to another place which is what much more economically friendly and lucrative. And we have a big responsibility to find out why. So I hope the government will look into it and see the real reason for this demographic change which happened after 2019. So I hope it's not the same in the United States when you take the developed cities. I hope the situation there is slightly different. But what is happening in Sri Lanka has been very concerning because there has been a mass exodus of people after the pandemic. And I think the government is now has partially managed to mitigate the situation, but we had to look for ways to get these people back because they are the cream of the crop. They are the ones who can get the economy running and build new enterprises which can help the economy to thrive. So we need those people in the country. So that is the situation in Sri Lanka. So that's it from me for now. I hope we can encourage the 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 policymakers and other law enforcement agencies to look into these matters and see whether we can find good solutions to these problems and make sure that we can create a community where everybody can thrive and be healthy. Thank you very much. Cheers.